Hey guys, Coach Ben here, bigbenchas.com, and today we're going to talk about where to take your grip in the bench press. Now when it comes to grip width in the bench press, again, it's going to be a highly individual thing. Your grip width is going to play into either your strengths or your weaknesses, and that's going to determine how far out you go with your hands or how close in. There is a pretty standard place where I like to start most lifters. If you are just generally learning the bench press and the technique involved for the first time, or you're getting introduced to powerlifting, I'm usually going to start a lifter when I work with them in a place where they have good mechanical alignment, meaning that when they grip the bar in that bottom position, the wrists are over the elbow and the elbow is about 45 degrees or so away from the body. This is what I'd consider a neutral position. And then from there, we'll go about widening the grip, closing in the grip, really depending on what plays into that individual's strengths and what they get better results from. And it's going to be small adjustments over time. So let's recap that. So when first setting a grip, again, I'm going to put someone in a place where they're going to have good mechanical alignment. If we go from elbows right next to our side, we go about 45 degree out, and then we worry about where our elbow or our wrists are stacked over our elbows. That's where I'm going to want to put someone for the first time. So that really comes down to their individual body structure. So if I was to grip the bar, let's go pinky on the ring, which is a pretty general unit of measurement. Let's see where that ends up putting me. All right, I will go down to the bottom position. My elbows are about 45 away from the body. They could be a little bit wider. My wrists are over my elbows. So this is a decent spot for me to be in. I could even widen it out a tad. That'll allow me to bring my elbows out a bit more. This is a good spot for me to be in. Now about elbows 45 from the body. So this is allowing me to just evenly distribute the workload between my lats, my triceps, chest, shoulders. It's a very neutral place to begin. Okay, that touch point is putting me wrists stacked right over the elbows, and I'm going to be able to transfer force very good here. Now, adjustments over time, we could go wide grip here with our index on the ring. This is widest legal grip, and that is going to change the mechanics of the lift a little bit, the muscle groups that'll be working predominantly. And then we can also do a close grip, and I recommend never going closer than shoulder width, as that's going to put you in a pretty precarious, vulnerable position in the bottom. We're not going to transfer force good, and you're going to roll your shoulders forward. For me, that would be about a thumb out, is about the closest that I would go in terms of grip. And you'll see that puts me in a real tucked, low position. Now, what is the benefit of taking a close grip versus taking a wider grip? All right, so we go from that neutral position, building that up over time, and then what determines which side we end up on? Do we go more close grip? Do we go more wide grip? Well, it's really going to come down to just some trial and error and experimentation, like with anything. But what a close grip bench press is going to feed into, the strengths that it'll build on someone, is you need to have strong triceps, and you need to know how to engage your back, how to load your lats. If you have strong triceps and you have a strong back in which you can load into, and you know how to utilize your back when you're benching and maintain a good position, then you are going to have a lot of pop off the chest, right? You are going to have a very strong lockout because you're going to develop those triceps so much. And with the elbows in closer than with the wide grip, you're going to be able to load into those lats. Your lats are pretty much the brakes of the whole bench press, right? We're creating resistance, and then boom, we pop up from there. So that's what a close grip bench press feeds into. Obviously, it's a little bit of a longer range of motion, but that's not always a deficit to someone. If you are stronger through the triceps and have a big, powerful back, you're going to have good pop off the chest, and as long as you can lock out, it's not a big deal if you travel further with the bar. Now, if we go over to a wide grip, it's going to change things a little bit. Obviously, one of the big benefits to a wider grip and why many athletes choose to bench with a pretty wide grip is it's less range of motion. If we have to travel through a greater range of motion, obviously it's a little bit more difficult. If we can cut that down, right, we don't have to move the bar as much. Less work on our part. So if you're someone who has a really good arch in the bench press, knows how to take advantage of the setup to get into the best position possible, a wide grip may be something that benefits you in a big way. The downfall of a wide grip bench is that it has a lot less room for error. Unlike being in a closer grip, you have more wiggle room for error in terms of your bar path or where you touch on your chest. When you're in a wide grip, because the range of motion is smaller, you have to be very precise with that bar groove. It's very easy to end up touching too low, touching too high, and throwing off the whole force transfer into the bar. Alright, when you're in a wider grip, you are going to be touching higher and utilizing more of your upper back. So you're starting to take your lats out of the movement a little bit. So you have to have strong chest, strong shoulders, and know how to really engage your upper back to create stability. When making changes over time, you are going to want to make small adjustments. I would never recommend anyone benching really wide grip to all of a sudden come into a really close grip, because one, it's probably not going to feel that great off the bat, and two, that's an extreme change to make. You've built up a certain grip for a while, then you want to make a slow transition over to another grip, because if you make a big change like that right off the bat, you are going to feel very, very weak in that position and probably want to forget about it altogether. If you are in a pretty neutral grip already, then you can explore one finger out, one finger in, but you want to make a change that amounts to about just a finger width, maybe 2 fingers width, but you don't want to make too big of a change too soon. So again, it really comes down to trial and error, where you feel strong. Try your variation benches. Try doing some wide grip benching. See how you feel in terms of strength off the chest. Try some close grip benching. Try some board pressing and just see, do you have good, powerful triceps for a strong lockout? Then you may benefit from a closer grip to get more pop off the chest. So it really will come down to the individual, the strengths that they're building over time in their training. Make small adjustments. Be okay with finding some middle ground. You don't have to go to either or extreme right off the bat. And if you're just starting out, get into that neutral grip I showed you early on and you'll be golden. Coach Ben here. And you know where to find me. You can meet me on a bench. Thanks for watching the video. If you want to learn more about how to increase your bench press, consider joining us in our Better Benching Academy. To learn more, simply click the link down below in the description box or visit bigbenchas.com/BB Academy. I'll see you there.